Hello, my name is Annika Palapoto, and I'm a sixth grader from the Harker School. My project is to minimize vaping incidents at schools using blockchain technology. So, what is vaping? Vaping is the act of inhaling and exhaling the aerosol, often referred to as vapor, which is produced by an e-cigarette or similar device. According to the Center for Disease Control and Prevention, 3.2% of Americans aged 18 plus use e-cigarettes, and 15.4% have tried them. Young adults are especially likely to have smoked e-cigarettes. Almost a quarter of people between the ages of 18 and 24 have tried something like a Juul. Furthermore, Americans aged 18 to 24 were the most likely to routinely smoke them. The term vaping is used because e-cigarettes do not produce tobacco smoke, but rather an aerosol, often mistaken for water vapor, that actually consists of fine particles. Many of these particles contain varying amounts of toxic chemicals, which have been linked to cancer as well as respiratory and heart disease. Generally, a vapor consists of a mouthpiece, a battery, a cartridge for containing the e-liquid or e-juice, and a heating component for the device that is powered by a battery. When the device is used, the battery heats up the heating component, which turns the contents of the e-liquid into an aerosol that is inhaled into the lungs and then exhaled. The main risks of vaping include nicotine, harmful chemicals, safety concerns, secondhand smoke, and youth addiction. E-cigarettes contain other harmful substances besides nicotine. Other risks of e-cigarettes for kids, teens, and young adults are harmful to the lungs in the long term. Also, defective e-cigarette batteries have caused some fires and explosions, a few of which have resulted in serious injuries. E-cigarettes also contain heavy metals such as nickel, tin, and lead, and volatile organic compounds that cause cancer. As the risks of vaping, I built a cloud application to report, track, and implement corrective actions by the school management. Let's analyze the steps needed to minimize vaping. The first step to prevent vaping is to track vaping incidents. Our web-based app will capture the vaping incidents and report them to the head of the organization for further actions. Based on the severity of the incidents, corrective actions will be taken that will help reduce the incidents and protect the students from harmful effects. The technical architecture is a three-tier architecture that comprises of a UI layer, API layer, and a backend, which is a blockchain business logic layer. The user interface is used to capture the data from the user and send it to the API for further processing. The API will obtain the data from the UI, and it will send the data to the backend, which is blockchain, for processing. Also, once the data is processed by the smart contract, it transfers the data back to the UI, if it is a query. I implemented API using the methods studentComplete and queryStudentComplete. The smart contract validates the following: A. Whether the person is a student of the school, B. Whether the incident happened in the school campus, and C. Whether there is any validation like a picture, etc. I implemented smart contract using Golang, using custom methods create student complaint and retrieve student complaint. The smart contract comprises of creating the student complaint based upon the validations such as whether the student belongs to the school and if the event happened in the school. Why should blockchain be used to fix the problem? Blockchain, a decentralized ledger of transactions that cannot be altered or deleted, has the potential to solve the problem. Within its framework, anyone can build smart contracts, which are coded agreements with preset conditions that, once met, automatically enforce themselves. Private blockchains allow different levels of permissions for users, so access can be restricted and information can be encrypted to protect confidentiality. The advantages of using blockchain instead of a traditional database is that there is privacy, data security, so it cannot be modified or deleted, and trust. This is a distributed network that could be implemented across multiple schools in a county/state. All the schools planning to implement my application can form a consortium, and the private key for the blockchain could be managed by NGO or any other non-profit organization with mutual consent of all the schools that are part of the consortium. One of the important objectives of this application is to make sure we don't want to make the vapor information public. Hence, the school should use blockchain where the schools could connect to counseling and rehab centers and refer the students for sessions where disclosing all the personal details of the vapor. It is very important to maintain the confidentiality of the vapor data among various departments within schools, as well as sharing the details with other rehab and counseling services. This could be done by connecting counseling centers to the blockchain distributed network and provide services to the student without showing the personal identity details of the student that needs the counseling sessions. The benefits of using our application is by implementing the methods above, I can capture the complaint, process the complaint, and the relevant parties will be taking necessary action while maintaining privacy, security, and data integrity of the vapor and its actions. Based on the reporting and tracking details, corrective actions could be taken. Also, the student got addicted could be rehabilitated from harmful risks and reduce the number of similar incidents. In conclusion, I would like to see educational and similar institutes to use my application and reduce the vaping incident rate there is by protecting the kids from harmful health effects. Thank you to Project CS Girls for giving me an opportunity to showcase my application.